Hey, what's up, everybody? You are now tuning in to Fetish Aesthetics, the podcast. And we are back for our second week. I'm so excited. I'm happy you're here. It feels like I've been doing this shit for a long time. And this is my second week, as I mentioned. I think I've just had this idea in my head for so long and done so many blooper episodes that it feels like I've been at it for a while, and maybe combined with other podcasts that I've done. And this is really just a baby. 2 episodes is nothing. So I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you listened to the first episode. I was really surprised about the turn out and turn up for the first episode. I really appreciate you guys listening and tuning in and making comments and giving feedback. I really do appreciate it. Again, it is fetish_aesthetics on Instagram. I haven't done anything with any other social media. I probably should. I don't know if TikTok about to get shut down or not, so we'll see. But I got a suggestion. People said they wanted to see me, and it was only 2 people, but people want to make it sound more than what it really is. Oh, these people asked for. No, baby, we didn't ask for shit. But no. So I did actually get 2 suggestions that making videos and allow people to see my face. I'm not really a face person, but I will, I might be funny to some of y'all, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works. And regardless, I'm just glad that you're back for the second episode, because today we are talking about something near and dear to my heart, which is exfoliation, baby, because everybody's trying to get that old thing back. Everybody wants the day one skin when you came fresh out of the womb into the world. We want the baby look. We want our skin to look buoyant and tight and just lifted tight. And sometimes it don't look like that because, baby, skin be skinning and the sun is shining, and all types of intrinsic and extrinsic factors that contribute to the breakdown of your skin. What you eat can cause glycation, and we want to combat that with a lot of different things. So exfoliation is one of the things that I believe can help you do that. Okay? So we have 2 types of exfoliation, which under that would be a sub-levels of exfoliation. But I usually separate them to make it easy into physical and chemical exfoliation. Now, just to start out, exfoliation in itself is the elimination of dead skin cells, right? In a more controlled way or controlled manner, meaning that you control the outcome of it. And with physical and chemical exfoliation, you can kind of decide what works best for you, but I do them in conjoints with one another. I'll do a light physical exfoliation. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I do a physical exfoliation every night, but that's only because I use the enzyme. I still use Dermologica. When I was in school, they gave us a Dermologica Daily Microfoliant, and I loved it when I figured out how to use it, and it works good on my skin. It makes me feel like I'm clean. It makes me feel bright, and I actually love it. It's not cheap. So if you want to spend the money on that powder, but it does last a long time because little goes a long way. So if you want to go ahead and get that, I would suggest it. I use it every night. Sometimes if I want to do a quick facial or a quick little scrub in the morning, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I fall asleep with my kids before I get to wash my face, and I'll wake up real early and try to wash it. Don't tell nobody. But in the morning time, I'll mix a little bit in with my cleanser and just rub it on my face, lather it up real good and do a 60-second cleanse, and I feel refreshed. But usually I use it. My normal routine is to use it at night. When I'm out doing my nighttime skincare routine. So that's one thing that I do for physical exfoliation, a manual exfoliation. There are modalities that assist with physical exfoliation as well, like microdermabrasion, which is more of an abrasive feel on the skin, but it can get your skin glowing, baby, okay? It can take off that full top layer of dry, dead skin cells. But you want to be careful because a lot of skin products that have more abrasive particles and ingredients in them, for instance, Kylie skin. I'm not gonna put her out there like that on Front Street. But I don't know if she changed the formula, but from what I understand, and it might, because I haven't looked at it since, but the exfoliation that she uses walnut shells as her scrub. What the fuck y'all doing with that? Are y'all like exfoliating y'all pubic area with that or what? Because I know y'all not putting that on your face. Put it in your underarms or something. But if y'all want to tear y'all skin up, that's fine. But I just want to say that you can cause micro tears in the skin and scrapes and scratches, and that can cause irritation, infection, things can get in and you can destroy the skin barrier. So I just want to make sure that you understand that all exfoliation is not made equal, and that you can look at the products that are being used in it to determine if it's too abrasive. And I know y'all, the Freeman stuff that y'all get from the Dollar General store too, like, what else? St. Ives, please, Lord, don't do it no more. I know some of y'all are still using it because y'all feel like it's what works for y'all. Don't do it. I don't want y'all out here doing that. But I digress. So if you want tips on some things that we can look at, DM me, okay? So that's for the physical exfoliation, the scrub, baby. And I mostly also use physical exfoliation for my body. So my skin, I use a scrub from Biossance. I think it's like Bio something. I don't know if it's BIO or BOISSANCE. They have a body scrub that's amazing. It smells good. And the skin on your body is a little bit different. It can take a little bit more, and the physical exfoliation works amazing on the body skin. But for the face, you have to be careful with that. So with that being said, we'll move on to chemical exfoliation, which is also like the smoothing and brightening and clarifying of the skin, dissolving those cellular bonds, those dead skin cells on the top, on the stratum corneum layer, which is the very last layer of the skin. The top layer, they like to stick together. And as you get older and as you age, the cellular turnover process or the exfoliation process, the natural exfoliation process of your skin tends to take a little bit longer as it did when you were in your younger years, your teens. You had that skin, assuming that you had like a normal skin type. Drier skin types also had a longer exfoliation period, or it was a little bit harder. So sometimes younger skin can look a little bit older because it isn't getting when you're younger, you're not thinking about like exfoliation, right? So when you're younger, you have the benefit of your skin doing, I guess, exfoliating a little bit more, or the period of cellular turnover to be a little bit shorter, but you still need that assistance and you still need a little scrub, because that's why your skin be looking ashy and having like all types of stuff on it, but whatever. But as you get older, the cellular turnover process is a lot longer. And so you want to assist your skin in doing that. I feel like chemical exfoliation is that girl. It's where it's at. And it doesn't take a lot of like rah-rah. Now you can fuck it up because you can be using too much skin and your skin's like, hold up, wait a minute, put a little like Vaseline on it or something. You can be doing a lot to your skin if y'all are like chemical exfoliation freaks like myself. And since I'm a quote unquote professional, I feel like I know what I'm doing and in order to soothe it if something does go wrong. But a lot of y'all out there just be doing whatever because, like I said before, y'all be seeing y'all people love on it and do it and make it. And then y'all like, oh, I can do it too. But baby, you can't. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. To make it simple, like chemical exfoliants, I group them into 3 groups. I have AHAs, BHAs, and new to the party, PHAs. I just found out about them last year, which is cool, but whatever. So AHAs are alpha hydroxy acids, okay? And for alpha hydroxy acids, I would consider these to be more like surface level things, like to get rid of fine lines and wrinkles, help smooth out rough texture, dark spots, anything like that. I would use for I would use alpha hydroxy acids for. These are water soluble and they are derived from fruits. So you have your glycolic acid, your lactic acid, malic, tartaric, and mandelic, and I believe there's a few more. But those are just to name a few. I would use glycolic acid for normal. I typically use lactic because my skin is dry, and lactic, I believe, works great on dry skin. Mandelic, I would use for sensitive skin if you want to deal with like AHAs. But really, like, these are your best friends for dark spots, blah, 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 dark spots, fine lines, rough texture, which is me, like the dry skin, and the texture of my skin really does good with that. So I do that. And also I want to side in like a physical exfoliation. I forgot to mention, dermaplaning. Dermaplaning is really good too. It can change the whole appearance of your face, brighter, the texture softer. I just want to throw that in there as well. Okay. Now, two beta hydroxy acids, which are oil soluble, and the beta hydroxy acids, or BHAs, they're oil soluble, so meaning they can get into your pores and dissolve excess oil and build up. So a lot of people with acne, oily skin, a lot of buildup on the skin are told to use beta hydroxy acid. Now, the most common one to use is salicylic acid. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. You didn't hear it from me. But chemists seem to believe that salicylic acid is not a real BHA. It's a keratolytic, which means it kind of like destroys the skin from the top layer and kind of thins out the skin of the epidermis. And really, BHAs like thicken the skin. But you didn't hear that from me. I would say do your own research on it. But that's just gossip. But whatever. Anyway, BHAs are a maze for also the body, back knee, chest knee. And people use it really, I guess, for like KP as well. I wouldn't, but to each his own. I just know that salicylic acid is that girl when you have a lot of acne, a lot of inflammation, because BHAs are also anti-inflammatory. So they do help you with bringing down the inflammation of the skin, which is also great. Who doesn't want that when your skin is a little bit smooth to touch, swollen, irritated, things like that? Get in there, get that beta hydroxy acid, that salicylic acid, which is the most common one, and get in there and use it. Okay. Now, PHAs, polyhydroxy acids, and polyhydroxy acid works like an AHA, but a lot gentler. The molecules are much bigger, so they aren't able to penetrate the skin as deep, which is great for my rosacea girls, my eczema girls and guys. Sensitive skin, period. Polyhydroxy acid is where it's at. I would also suggest using polyhydroxy acid if you're first starting out with chemical exfoliation. And there are a few products I can link to the story if you want to know. Like, I'll put it in the show notes for all types of products for hydroxy acid, for AHAs and BHAs and PHAs. I'll give examples of each. But for polyhydroxy acids, these are like derived from oxidized milk and milk sugars and things of that nature. So these work as exfoliants and humectants or antioxidants. So they keep moisture retention on the skin, right? And they also give a lot of vitamins and minerals to the skin. So it's actually great, and it helps fight glycation, which again is the process of when like sugar bonds and destroys collagen, that destroys the proteins that actually make collagen and keep your skin plump, which is kind of glycation, I believe, like the I guess layman's term version of it. So polyhydroxy acids are actually really great and don't dry your skin out as much, and they help with that. There are some other forms of exfoliation that I would use as well. You can get chemical peels, which, you know, you do at your own risk, not at your own risk, but at the risk also of your esthetician. Please see a professional for that. And I would also get consultations, skin analysis, things of that nature before you go into that. But chemical peels are also very great for acne scarring. Get microneedling, and then dermaplaning, like I said before, chemical peels. These are all great ways to exfoliate or do like a big purge of like skin that you haven't exfoliated in a while, or if you want to get to that skin, they have amazing peels that help you with that. If you are older with more mature skin and you have just like destroyed your skin to a level, there is a peel for you as well. But I would also think about seeing your dermatologist or a skin therapist or your physician. For all of these exfoliants, if you have not used exfoliant before, or if this is a new product that you're trying, I would suggest using a patch test on the side of your neck, kind of right under your ear, right under your jaw. And do a patch test there for any new products that you're using, because if you find out that it irritates you, it won't be directly on your face, and you can save yourself the embarrassment of you trying to do whatever you want to do. So that, to me, in a nutshell, is exfoliation. Of course, if you want me to do another episode on it where we can dive deeper, I'd be more than happy to knock your socks off with information about exfoliation. I love exfoliation. I don't want to go in too deep because I don't want y'all to fry your brains on a Friday. Friday's a good day to relax and chill, and you can go out and buy some new products, right? And if you take nothing else from me, wash your fucking face and the back of your legs. So until next week, you have now tuned into Fetish Aesthetics, the podcast, the episode, exfoliation. I've promptly entitled this episode, I Don't Want No Scrub. Right. It's fitting, right? It's fitting. I love it. I love it. You're going to see it in the show notes. I'll put it out. Again, any information that you want to share, questions that you want to ask, or suggestions, hit me up in my DMs on Instagram, Fetish Aesthetics or Fetish_aesthetics on Instagram. I might be making a TikTok soon. Who knows? But we'll see. Until next week, I love you. Bye.